I was live and the shit cut me off, so we will do this again. I just did a whole ass video. I thought it was filming the whole time. That's okay. Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to make a brief video. I've been seeing so much on social media that Kanye West is talking about he's gonna run for president. It's too late to file paperwork, so he doesn't have any paperwork on file. But I've seen so many people talking about they support him, that they want to vote for him. And so my kind of like fear is that a lot of people are gonna just write his name in on the ballot because they like him as an entertainer, they like him as a person, they like something about him, and that they might just write him in. I don't agree with this like two-party system we have. I personally am not super pumped about it being Donald Trump or Joe Biden potentially being the two candidates that we're going to be voting for president. It's like, what white rapists do you want to vote for? So I understand that there's a lot of anxiety about who to vote for. People have been frustrated with the two-party system. We've seen the flaws of it. So I kind of understand that people get excited about, you know, someone like Kanye West running, as far as like they love his music, they think they love what he represents. This video is not to like dog out Kanye West by far. I just wanted to kind of remind people, when you're voting for president, some of the things that they have the power to do, so that you're voting for more than like a figurehead. Yes, our federal government is a checks and balances system of three agencies, being the Congress, the president, and the Supreme Court. So it's not all about just the president, but I'll give you a couple of reasons. A couple of reasons why it's important to think critically about who you vote for president. Again, I understand the choices. It's not like hella juice, super pump, like, let's go type of situation right now in the previous several elections post-Obama, in my opinion. But when you're voting for president, a couple things are happening. The president gets to make the decision about who they're going to vote for, who they're going to appoint to be Supreme Court justices. And that does have to get approved by the Senate by 2/3, but basically the president gets to decide who's going to sit on the Supreme Court. So are they going to go hella liberal? Are they going to go hella moderate? Are they going to go hella conservative? And particularly right now, we see the importance of having a very strong, somewhat progressive Supreme Court willing to stand up to the president, as Donald Trump recently tried to get rid of DACA, which protects undocumented people, as far as giving them social security numbers so they can work and pay taxes and get their tax returns, so they don't have the fear of being deported. There is that access of being here that keeps them safer than undocumented immigrants that have nothing. And so Donald Trump tried to dismantle that, and the Supreme Court shot him down. Donald Trump, on the anniversary of the Pulse shooting in Florida, tried to get rid of federal rights that protect transgender people of getting the correct health care access and services, and the Supreme Court shot him down. So the reason that matters is Donald Trump has been trying to put more conservative, homophobic, racist, anti-women people on the Supreme Court, and has only been able to do like one person, Kavanaugh, a rapist. Somewhat of a different issue, but the Supreme Court has been shooting down a lot of the conservative things that hurt so many of our communities with laws that he's been trying to put out there. So when you're voting for president, you're also potentially voting for who's going to be on the Supreme Court. So what do you care about? What's important to you? Throughout the United States history, the Supreme Court has done things like overturn segregation. Initially, it upheld that separate but equal was okay. Then it was like, actually, that's fucking racist, and we're not going for that shit anymore, and took it away and helped very slowly get integration going. Could be a different debate for a different video, but initially the Supreme Court upheld and later took away segregation. The Supreme Court upheld a woman's right to choose, so that as women we can choose if we want to have an abortion, not have an abortion, get to decide things for our body and our reproductive health, and then we have access to safe, affordable abortions. I know some people are pro-choice. I respect that, but the Supreme Court basically upheld that the government is not involved with that business. It's kind of like, if you want or need to have an abortion, that's your business. They're not involved. They're not going to be able to stop you. They don't have to condone it. They don't have to like it, but they're not able to stop you. The Supreme Court, like I said, about DACA, has a lot to say about immigration. So if you care about undocumented immigration, if you care about amnesty, if you care about how hard or easy it is to bring someone from another country, you're trying to bring over your mom, your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, the Supreme Court, it's not the end all be all, but they have a lot to do with immigration. So again, the president gets to appoint who's on the Supreme Court. It has to be voted in by the Senate, but they initially get to make that choice. So depending on who you vote for president and what their views are in terms of being hella conservative, hella liberal, hella moderate, they're gonna try to bring in someone who thinks like them to the Supreme Court, which is going to affect your life in a lot of ways. The second really important thing to think about is that the president gets to decide if we like go to war or have any kind of actions with other countries that involve armed services, and potentially if the draft will be a thing, if they need bodies. So if you were like 18 to 35, men, women, non-binary, if the president is like, we're about to go to war with like X country, X nation, they would get to decide that. Again, the Senate has like a say, but they get to like kind of have that initial decision about going forward with what happens with like war and armed services. Do you want to go die like in a war? So it's just something to think about as far as like who you're voting for and where they stand on foreign policy, because besides having a potential to like start a war, they're also the face of our country to other countries. So right now, Donald Trump is out there, you know, has the ability to make treaties, deny treaties, appoint ambassadors, pardon folks for any variety of reasons. So he is like our face to other nations. And we've seen how that's been going. So depending on who you choose to vote for president, is the potential of appointing Supreme Court justices, deciding if we're going to go to war, deciding if there's going to be a draft, deciding what our relationship with other countries looks like. And these are things that I hope that people already know, but I just wanted to put that reminder out there, because I get it's like a media sensation that Kanye West is saying he wants to run for president. I'm not about the shit. I'm not here to like condemn you or judge you if that's who you're looking at, if you're like excited about that situation. But it's just food for thought about what are the actual powers of the president. Again, in a lot of ways, they are a major figurehead, because we do have a checks and balances system. The government, the federal government, all government, unfortunately, is very corrupt. So I'm not telling you that this election is the end all be all, but I just want to give that reminder of, these are just a handful. There's more that I think are very timely right now, a few of the powers of the president. So as you get those ballots, at least in California, it was recently announced that we're all going to get a vote by mail ballot. So as you start getting your ballots in like mid-October, and you're thinking about who you want to vote for, if you're going to go two-party system, if you're going to choose to like fill someone in, I hope that whatever choice you make that sits right with like your spirit and what you think is right for the country, that you just remember what some of those actual powers are that the president has when you make that decision, and you don't go off of like what you saw on kind of entertainment social media, that you actually have like real research and a real opinion, and that if you choose to vote for any one person, that they align with the values that the best that they can, the best that you can. I know, like I said, we don't have like phenomenal choices in this election, but that just to remember that the president has a lot to do with Supreme Court justices, with war, with the draft, with our international relationships with other countries, and the upholding or, you know, not upholding of international treaties. So just food for thought, and I hope that you are informing yourself and not just going with any kind of like media sensationalism about voting for someone because they're a celebrity that you enjoy, but that they actually have political capabilities and are well informed to make decisions about all the things that I just discussed. I love you. I hope that you're doing well. Hope it's helpful. I'm never trying to talk down to anyone. I know that in 12th grade for me, which was a long time ago, I don't remember what it was called, but in order to graduate from 12th grade, we had to take a test. And it was basically a government test, and we had to understand all the things that I just laid out as far as like, what are the powers of the Supreme Court? What is the power of the president? What is the power of the Senate? And then we had to fill in at that time, who is like the Senate Majority Whip? Who's the vice president? Who are my state senators in the House and in Congress? And it's like, you didn't pass 12th grade unless you passed that test. And so depending on how old you are, how long it's been, you might not feel brushed up on that history. So I just want to put it out there for anyone that feels confused or is not necessarily sure what they're voting for, as far as like they know the title, but maybe they don't know all the like backstory. That's why I made this video. So I hope people don't feel like it's talking down. I just want to remind people with love what the president, some of the powers that the president has when you're voting. So I love you. I hope you're well. I hope these videos are helpful. Once again, the last day to register to vote or re-register to vote to update your information in the state of California is October 19th, 2020. So I hope that helps. Be well, and I'll continue to post information on my page about a variety of topics, including voter information. So be good, and we'll talk soon.